everybody. Today we are going to be doing a follow-along video for foam rolling the upper body. Before we get started, I just want to point out that I am not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional in any way. So if you are having pain in your upper body or anything, I recommend you go to a medical professional like a physical therapist. Today we're using our foam roller to basically self-massage the upper body. And I actually do a lot more foam rolling on the upper body than the lower body with running because your posture is so important when you are running, and it's usually one of the first things to go when you start to get tired. So it's nice to keep these upper shoulder and upper back muscles nice and loose. So for today's video, I'm going to be using a short foam roller. If you have a long foam roller, that's better, but I have a short foam roller. I'm also going to be using 2 blocks in conjunction with the short foam roller. If you have a long foam roller, you won't need the blocks necessarily. Otherwise, if you don't have yoga blocks, stacking books works really well too, using enough books for the appropriate height. So we're going to start by setting up our block, one on a mid-height and one on the lowest height, and then bringing our foam roller right in the middle here. And we're going to be starting by laying our hips down on this lower block and laying our upper back on the foam roller and our mid-length. And our mid-length block is on our head. And we're feeling nice and supported. And you want there to still be a nice curve in your spine. So maybe tilting your chin up a little bit more. And the foam roller is hitting right between the shoulder blades. So we're just going to start with a little protraction and retraction. So bringing your arms up overhead, straight overhead, palms facing each other. You'll just start by reaching the fingertips up towards the ceiling, feeling the shoulder blades pull away from each other. And then plugging the shoulders back in their sockets. You're going to feel like you can grab the foam roller between your shoulders. Like your shoulder blades can grab it. Keeping the arms straight, reaching your fingertips up again, and then again plugging the shoulders back in, grabbing at the foam roller with your shoulder blades. And doing that a few more times, just kind of flossing the shoulders. Reaching up, and exhale, reaching your shoulder blades back. And then coming back to more of a neutral feeling with your shoulders, keeping your arms up. You're going to reach your right arm straight back behind you, and your left arm reaches alongside your hips. So your fingertips are reaching in opposite directions. And then inhale, reach your arms back up and switch sides. Your right arm reaches down towards your hip. Your left arm reaches up behind you. And inhale up, we'll switch. And switch. And let's do that one more set. And switch. And coming back up. This time we're going to do big circles. So you might have to move or shift a little bit if you don't have space around you. I should have mentioned you're going to need space for a full range of motion. We're just making these big back strokes back behind you and then circling down towards your hips and coming on up, really reaching the fingertips. I like to say that it's kind of like you're tracing butterfly wings behind you, like you're trying to trace the edge of your wings. I don't know if everyone loves that metaphor, but I like it. And we'll do about 3 more. Just big back strokes, really working with your full range of motion here. And one more. And leaning your arms back up. This time we're going to do a little bit of an eagle arm. So you're going to cross your right elbow underneath your left and then bend your forearms right in front of your face so your arms are at a 90 degree. Another option here is you could just bring your palms and your elbows together. So just you can see this, it looks kind of like this. So So your elbows and your palms are glued together in front of you, or your right arm is underneath, your right elbow is underneath your left elbow. If you want, you could bring your palms to touch and swivel your thumbs towards your face so you're in more of a twisty eagle arms thing position. And then reaching your fingertips up. And then open the elbows wide into a cactus shape. And relax the wrists and the fingers down towards the floor, getting a nice opening through the chest. And then lifting the elbows back up, either bringing the palms and the elbows to touch, or if you took that eagle variation, bringing your left arm on top this time. And maybe bringing the palms together and swiveling the thumbs towards you. And then reaching the fingers up. And then opening into that cactus shape. Letting the elbows be wide, and then just let the hand, the fingertips, and the wrists fall back towards the floor. And breathe here for a couple of breaths, just kind of enjoying this opening through the chest. And then lifting your elbows back up. And then from here, relaxing your arms. We're just going to roll onto either side. There's no graceful way to do this. I can't remember if I mentioned at the beginning, but if you have a long foam roller, then you wouldn't use this block at the hips. You might use a block at your head, depending how long it is and if you need it or not. But if you have a really long foam roller, you might not need the blocks to support yourself. But we're going to set the blocks aside, or your books or whatever you're using, and we are going to move on to foam roll our lat muscles, which are on the side / back of the torso, but they kind of wrap around the side here. And a lot of times shoulder and neck things can sometimes originate or be affected by tightness in the torso, so we want to roll out this area or massage a little bit. So kind of the area where your rib cage is on the side, or your sports bra is located, you're going to lay across the foam roller there, and just rest your head in your hands. Other hand can come to your top hip, and you're just going to begin to move back and forth on the foam roller. Maybe inhaling one direction, exhaling the other direction, and you can play with, if you need to inch the foam roller a little higher or lower on your torso, just wherever you feel a nice sensation here. And in any of these foam roller positions, you can just stop and linger in a particular movement that's feeling really good for you, taking as much time as you want and as feels good. And then from here, you're going to lean back a little bit more, and then reach your arms straight and begin to carve a quarter circle, bringing your arm in front of you and then reaching it up. And let's inhale one direction, exhale the other. We'll do one more time. Beautiful. And then bringing your head back in your hands. From here, you're going to roll on down the roller and bring the foam roller right to your armpit. So you're going to relax into the armpit. So your foam roller is like cradling the armpit. And you're going to begin to move back and forth, just kind of massaging out your armpit. And again, maybe stopping and lingering on a spot that's feeling especially sensitive. And then from here, continuing the journey, we're gonna foam roll the triceps. So maybe you have to shift a little bit, but you're going to bring your elbow towards the foam roller and you're just gonna roll out the triceps. Moving back and forth. And we'll do one more time, and then settling at the armpit again. And we're going to move on to the pecs. So you're just gonna start to lay on your stomach. And I'm just gonna shift so you can see me a little bit better. So you're going to lay on your stomach with your foam roller at the armpit, but you're going to kind of angle your foam roller so it's hitting right at your chest. So if you reach out with your thumb in a thumbs up position, or point your thumb forward and then bend your elbow, and where it hits on your chest, if you could just like massage that spot a little bit, that's the spot that we're trying to aim for. So you're gonna lay on the foam roller with it tilted a little bit, and you're just gonna use your other hand as leverage and just press against the other hand and press the foam roller into that spot, and just moving back and forth a few times. And then just like we did with our lats, you're going to reach your hand out. We'll first kind of press into the foam roller. So you're pressing into your pectoral muscle, and then reach the arm out, and then you're just going to move the arm back and forth, palm down. Like you're flapping your wings, or a wing. And relax. And now we're going to move to the other side. So back to our lats. Starting at our torso, you're going to lay against the foam roller on your side, kind of roughly at the spot where your sports bra is. You're kind of at the side of your rib cage. Rest your head in your hands, other hand comes to your hip, and we're just moving back and forth on the foam roller, just rolling forward and rolling back. And again, you can play with shifting higher or lower on the foam roller, just whatever feels good for you. And then shifting back a little bit more, and then reaching your arm out, palm up, and beginning to move your arm back and forth, reaching it forward and reaching it back, sort of carving this semicircle in front of you. We'll do one more. And replace your head in your hands, and then continuing this journey, we're gonna roll the foam roller all the way to the armpit. All right. And then from here, moving back and forth, just back and forth across the foam roller all the way through the armpit, and stopping at any spots that are feeling sensitive, that are feeling kind of sticky. Let's just do one more. I could hang out doing this all day. Okay. And then from here, we're going to move on to the armpit, continuing to roll the journey. Maybe you need to shift a little bit. Bringing the elbow, the back of the tricep to the foam roller, and then we're going to just foam roll the tricep out. All the way up to the armpit. Let's do one more. Beautiful. And then from here, bringing it back to the armpit. I'm shifting forward just so you can see me a little better. And we're going to do the pecs. So again, maybe if you want to take that test, stick your thumb forward, bend your thumb in towards your chest in the spot that it reaches, massage it a little bit. That's the spot we are targeting. So laying across your armpit with your foam roller at an angle, and then pressing, using your other hand as leverage as you press into the foam roller, pressing it into that spot, and release, and doing that a few more times. And then extending your arm straight, pressing into the spot, and then beginning to trace your little butterfly wing. Just tracing this little semicircle, reaching up and then reaching out to the side, palm down this time. And release. Okay, from here you're going to lay back on the foam roller. This time, so the long way is, it's not vertical against your back, it's going to be horizontal against your back. So you're going to lay back on the foam roller with the foam roller roughly around where your shoulder blades are. Interlace your fingers behind your head. And then from here, we're just going to begin to lift our hips and press against our feet to roll ourselves back and forward. Just kind of doing a full upper back gentle massage here. Stopping at any spots that feel kind of sticky. And then bringing your foam roller to roughly the shoulder blades, maybe right below the shoulder blades. Place the hips down, and then you're going to bend to the right, reach your left elbow up behind you, and switch, bend to the left, reaching your right elbow up behind you. And then coming back to straight, massaging a little bit more. Placing the hips down and getting up gently. So again, you can hang out in any of these moves that felt really good for you. I hope that your upper body is feeling a little more loose, a little more open, more free. Best time for foam rolling is really just whenever it works for you, but probably before a run would be an ideal time to get some foam rolling in. So I hope you enjoyed, I hope you feel good, and have a great rest of your day.